The week ahead in The Young and the Restless turns into a whirlwind of emotional danger, corporate scheming, and deeply personal stakes as Kyle Abbott finds himself once again stepping into treacherous Newman territory. Everything seems deceptively calm after Kyle passed Victor's brutal test. Victor had pushed him to the edge, doubting his intentions, questioning his loyalty, and even manipulating Audra Charles into breaking Kyle and Claire apart. Yet Kyle survived, and somehow he and Claire found their way back to each other. Thanksgiving softened the edges between them. The kiss they shared wasn't just affectionate, it was symbolic, a promise that something real, something meaningful still existed between them, even after all the wreckage. But peace never lasts long in Genoa City, especially not when the Newmans and Abbotts are involved, and Kyle's steps toward reconciliation with Claire are threatened almost as soon as they begin. Victor Newman may have stepped aside and granted his blessing, but the truth is simple. Victor forgives, but Victor never forgets. One misstep, one betrayal, one hint of disloyalty, and Kyle will find himself back at the bottom of Victor's hit list. The problem begins quietly, almost innocently, as Kyle teams up with his mother, Diane Jenkins Abbott. Their intentions are wrapped in concern for their family, in a desire to protect Jabot from a looming threat. Victor's new AI weapon, a program designed to infiltrate, destabilize, and possibly destroy the Abbott legacy, is as dangerous as any scheme he has unleashed over the decades. And with Victor preoccupied fighting Matt Clark in Los Angeles, Diane sees an opening. She wants to strike before Victor brings the full force of his vengeance home. Kyle, still desperately wanting to prove himself as a strong player in the business world, steps into the plan with her. But the moment mother and son begin digging into Victor's affairs, a line is crossed, one Victor will not tolerate if he discovers it. Diane believes she can outthink Victor, outmaneuver him, predict his moves before he even makes them. Kyle wants to believe in her, wants to believe that the Abbotts can finally get ahead rather than constantly react. But the truth is far harsher. Victor Newman is not a man you outwit. He is a man you survive. And if he realizes Kyle was part of a plan to undermine him, even after extending his approval for Kyle to be with Claire, the mustache will have no hesitation in tearing him apart again. The reunion he allowed may become the very thing he destroys. While corporate warfare brews, Kyle faces another storm from an unexpected direction. One far more intimate, far more personal, and arguably far more dangerous. Claire Grace Newman, so recently welcomed into her family after a lifetime of trauma and manipulation, finds herself facing a life-changing question when she buys a pregnancy test. The simple act of selecting that box from a drugstore shelf sends ripples through her world. Because this isn't just about the possibility of motherhood, it's about uncertainty. Claire hasn't only been with Kyle. During her time in Los Angeles, she was also with Holden Novak. That lingering connection, that unresolved emotional and physical entanglement, now hangs over her like a shadow she can't escape. The test becomes a symbol of everything she fears losing: Kyle's trust, Kyle's love, Kyle's belief in her. And Kyle, oblivious for the moment, moves forward imagining a future where the two of them rebuild something beautiful. But destiny in Genoa City rarely allows a straight path, and if that pregnancy test turns positive, Claire could be pulled into a devastating emotional spiral. Is she carrying Kyle's child, sparking a future full of hope and redemption? Or will the test reveal that her lingering tie to Holden is far deeper than she intended, jeopardizing everything she has built with Kyle? The emotional stakes rise higher each day as Victor remains a ticking time bomb, Claire teeters between past and present lovers, and Kyle stands unknowingly on a trapdoor that could collapse beneath him at any moment. If Victor uncovers Kyle's involvement in the investigation against him, the punishment will be severe, and Claire's fragile trust, already weighed down by fear, may not survive the added strain. Kyle risks losing everything: his family's respect, his relationship with Claire, and his chance at a peaceful future. Genoa City is poised for chaos. Kyle, Claire, Victor, Diane, and even Holden form the unstable puzzle pieces of a story ready to explode. And the pregnancy cloud hanging over Claire becomes the ultimate twist, one that can either heal old wounds or create entirely new ones.